Give me the blueprint. Give me the blueprint. Give me the blueprint to how you basically how you become a jewel in this company. And you know what? I humbly say this. I mean, I went into this industry, guys, full time. It would have been November 15, 2020, when the second wave of COVID hit, and I had no choice. I had no choice. Failure was not an option, and you know what? At that time, I had 14 mouths to feed on both sides of the border, and I had to go all in, and I did. I went all in, and the one thing that that I had done is it took me a few months, but I found the leader in the industry coaching, Eric Worre, God bless you, and I took a 3-day, all-day course. It was all day. It was anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day, and I learned enough. Now when I look back on it, it seems like it was about this much here, but it was just enough, guys, to give us the foundation for our team. And the name of the event was GoPro 90, and exactly what that was, guys. If you applied the principles for 90 days, that you would become a professional network marketer, and I did. I ranked up to the jewel rank in the company. We started November 15th. By March 20th, our team had gone jewel, and it was such a blessing that we were able to do that. And really and truly, I didn't have. I mean, I was away from this industry for 3 decades. Yeah, I'd done this before. Yes, it was very similar. It was the same industry. Yes, I was an executive director in that company too as well. But this game here changes every 6 months. So imagine being away 3 decades. We didn't have any internet back then. I mean, everything was done, going on the health circuit and the whole night. So I mean, it was completely different. There was no, there might have been maybe 5% of what I did back then that was applicable now. So I mean, there was nothing. So really and truly, I mean, there wasn't a lot of education that I had access to when I jumped into this. And people go like, coach, like, what was the secret sauce that got you to that rank, and how you did it so fast? I mean, it was just old-fashioned work ethic, guys. I mean, I put the nose to the wall. What my coach had told us to do, over those 90 days, you tell your significant other. Well, I mean, I was at that time I was single, and so it was like, tell your significant other and your children that you're going to the North Pole. And my North Pole was locking myself up into my den that was just off of my bedroom, and I gave my credit card to my kids, and I said, guys, you know what? There's no school going on. You guys are home, and they're teenagers. And I said, here, you guys order food, and as long as the kids are happy eating food, they were good. So I mean, like, literally, I didn't see them. I really and truly, I didn't see them for 90 days because I knew I had no choice. I had to turn this around, and I turned it around quickly. And literally, following Eric's game plan, going all in, and having that work ethic. And there was 2 things: you had to be coachable, which I was, and you had to be hungry. And I mean, I'd lost 4 revenue streams at that time, and I had no choice. I had no choice but to turn this around. And I mean, my paycheck, guys, November 15th, 2020, was $1,000 for sharing with 6 of my buddies. And I was so happy to get $1,000. I couldn't even believe it. I mean, I would have done it for free. But you know what? Being a business guy, I mean, the green light went on, and I was like, geez, you know what? There's a business here, I think. And so I reached out to everybody, and we decided what we were going to do is we were going to go back through our yearbooks, go back through our baseball, hockey, football photos, and we had a library set up that had over 1,000 testimonies in it. And what we did is we just were showing our before and after pictures. We were just learning how to do social media just a little bit, because that was all foreign to us. And so I took the initiative there, and what I learned from the Eric's 3-day course, I started applying it. But when I look back now, I mean, really and truly, it's probably 2% of what we're doing now. And but it was just enough. It was just enough, and we had a good group that, they were a product of the product, and they were bold, and they were brave, and they were fearless, and they shared with love. And what happened was, just by reaching out to all the people that, we played hockey with all the way back to when, we were 10, 11, 12 years old, high school, college with, everybody, it just seemed right across the board, everybody needed a gentle, extended hand with their health. We put them all into the library. We don't sell in our team, guys. We don't have to. We make sure that we share our stories. We share other people's stories, and it's the power of the testimony, guys. It is so powerful. And lo and behold, what happened, guys? We ended up going to that jewel rank, which is just, it's amazing, absolutely amazing that we were able to do that. And I humbly say this: we were featured in a book, 10 Most Influential Men in Network Marketing Tell All. Great teaching book, and I mean, it's still out there. I mean, I had a couple of people reach out and said that they bought it just the last couple of weeks. You can get that on Amazon.com, Amazon.ca. 2 of the top 3 men in the world, guys, are in that book. So I mean, I was humbled to be asked to be in that book. And I was the first person, actually, that the group of 10 had asked to lead our master class in that group, because everybody wanted to know, what the secret sauce was for onboarding men in this industry. And so I shared the formula that we had used, and I do share that. I mean, you know what, and I'll talk about that. I mean, it's in my YouTube channel where I do share that onboarding there, because I've done that presentation probably 20 times now, and it's there. It's there, how to onboard men in an industry that is dominated by basically 4 out of 5 are females. So there is a video coaching on that. There's several of them that are in when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll drop it at the end. So what's the secret sauce? What is the secret sauce here, guys? What does that blueprint look like getting to that jewel rank, guys? Well, get your pen and pad out, because it's very simple. It's very simple. So we're going to, what we're going to do here is we're going to break this down into 6 months. Okay, we're going to break this down into 6 months. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to introduce Plexus to 10 brand new people every single day. Every single day. So what you need, guys, is you need to make sure that you've got the tools. You go into our Plexus Help Center, and you'll take a look there, guys. Go to the print shop there, and you can order them. They're beautiful. They're all compliant. And I think there's 5 different types of trifold. It's a 3 trifold, and the different products, different combos, and they feature like the active, the hydrate. And so the whole thing is, and you literally, I've got my name that's printed actually on those brochures with all your contact information. So I mean, they're really, really well done up. And then what I do, guys, is I tape a sample to each one of them, and literally I make sure that I've got my tools. I set that before I leave, guys, my home. I make sure that I've got my sample, my brochure briefcase. It's always loaded, because I mean, you're going out there, and if your goal is 10 people each day, you have to make sure that you've got the tools, because someone's coming across your path. And in one moment like that, you can change somebody's whole health, their whole path, their whole career path, not just for themselves, but for their significant other and for their kids too. Generation to generation, you can be that one person that steps out and steps up, that changes that whole path, okay, for your entire family. So I mean, it's important. It's important that you give people that opportunity, that you're always going out and you're ready. And I call this Periscope Up. Just think of submarine. And I mean, I was at a truck stop once, and I saw a gentleman get out of that truck, guys, and I saw right away that he was aching, and I had gout. And so I saw the guy had gout. I went up to him, put my arm around him. We sat in the front of the bumper, and I shared, what I had done. And yeah, he was like me. He was, a big guy, little girth, and I just shared, set him up on a game plan, and like literally 2 days later, he became a level 1. So I mean, I could hang out at truck stops all day long. I mean, those guys, they're in that rig 8, 10, 12 hours a day driving. We know sitting guys and farmers too as well. I mean, that's your backbone of North America. So unhealthy. I mean, sitting is the new heart disease. And I mean, if you're working and you're sitting and where you're working, get yourself on an exercise ball, or make sure you get a desk, guys, that you're standing up. That's what I have, so that most of my day, guys, I'd rather be on my feet or on that exercise ball, where you're stabilizing your core, versus just sitting in a chair hunched over where all your organs are all like that. So I mean, I can sit on that truck stop all day long. I can sit at the truck stop, guys. And the whole thing is, when you're Periscope Up and you notice, and it could be anything, it could be weight loss. I mean, literally, when I see teenagers, guys, and I see their skin, I had bad acne when I was in high school. And you know what I mean? When you've got tools that can change people's self-image and their self-esteem and the way that they see themselves and portray themselves, you can't stay quiet, guys, right? You can't stay quiet. Okay, somebody out there is praying for a solution, And the whole thing is we've got the solutions. We've got the solutions. We're the top natural plant-based company in the world. And we've got the solutions for everything. Absolutely everything. And if you want more information on that, guys, just type in library here. Type in library or private message me. I'll put you in a library. You're going to see 1,000 testimonials. No one bugs you. We don't sell nothing. Go into the library. You can put your friends in the library. Just read. And when you're ready, just get out, reach out to us. When you got questions, you reach out to us. I mean, that's how easy this is. Just type in the word library. We'll put you guys in that library. So getting back, how do we map this out? How do we get to that jewel rank where you're six figures, guys, a year? You get a car allowance, a couple of vacations every year, a number of different shopping sprees and the whole 9 yards. I mean, Plexus, they spoil us, right? They spoil us. Well, here's the blueprint. Get your pen and pad ready. It's this easy. So 10 people a day. Okay, we're going to set up this formula over 6 months. 10 people a day, that's 300 a month. 300 times 6, 1,800. Let's round that up. Let's say you went a little bit more and you got the 2,000. Make it easy, 2,000. Okay, so when you're starting out, guys, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that the conversion rate when you're starting out, meaning, taking somebody from just looking to an actual VIP customer where they go out and they purchase a welcome pack, guys, that conversion rate when you start out is 5%. I hum at about 10 to 12% now, okay? And I've been in the industry 3 years, so 5% is what you're going to expect. So for every 20 people that you introduce the product to, okay, you introduce your service to, you're going to get 19 no's and 1 yes. And I highly recommend getting the book Go for No, okay? Because this whole industry is all mindset. So 5%. So let's do the math here, okay? So we talked about 10 a day, 30 days, 300, okay? Over 6 months, we rounded that up to 2,000. So now we have introduced Plexus to 2,000 brand new people. How do you keep control? How do you keep track of everybody? Of course, I've got that app, people. It's called Contact Mapping. Okay, your first 10 people you put in that app are free, and then afterwards, I think I pay $7 a month after that for that Contact Mapping app. And basically, guys, every time I make a contact with a person, their name goes in there, their phone number goes in there, or their social media. I never leave anybody, okay, without getting some way of communicating with them, because that's the key here, guys. You just can't just give them a sample. Give them a sample, right? The key is you've got to continue to move them along the learning curve. And I can tell you right now, okay, and I did a presentation on this too as well, and it's in my YouTube. Before someone says yes to anything, could be Plexus, it could be any other company, before they say yes, product or service, there's 4 to 6 encounters with that person. Okay, so you got to be patient. You have to be patient. Okay, sorry, my nose is running here a little bit here with the sun going down. But it's 4 to 6 encounters. Okay, so I mean, what does that mean? That means you got to make sure that we get their social media, their phone number, their email. Okay, so everybody's got at least one of them, and so you make sure that goes into that contact mapping. Like what I do right off the hop, people, is what, I will share my story. Okay, and a great opening line that I always use with everybody, and it's not salesy or slimy. If I see someone struggling, I'll go up to them and I'll just say to them, I lower my voice. The eyes here, guys, they talk, okay? I lower my voice. I lead with love, with sincerity, and I just go, please don't take this the wrong way. And then I show them my before and after picture. I show them somebody else's before and after picture that, that they can relate to. And then I give I call it my 2-minute elevator speech, which is my own testimony. 2 minutes. I let them know, how, and I'm sincere, and then literally, you wait for the response and you listen. You listen to them, and 19 times out of 20 people, they're thanking you. And then basically you're saying, hey, you know what? I give them my phone, and I go, hey, I would like to get you into our library where you can just go read and educate yourself. It's like that. I'm not trying to convert them right then and there. It's nice and soft and gentle, okay? Because that's your first encounter, and then you get them in the library, and the minute you see that they're in your library and they're commenting and they're reading, okay, then in my contact mapping app, it'll say I set my notification up, guys, for 3 days, 7 days, 14 days. I circle back. I look on their social media. I might be commenting on their kid's soccer game, or if I see a recipe. So I mean, what you're doing is you're relationship building, you're developing a friendship. And that's why this is the greatest industry in the world, guys. You get to decide who's on your team. You get to decide who you travel with. You get to decide who you do business with. And that's why it's the greatest industry in the world, guys, is because you get to decide. You're in control of your own business. So the whole goal here, people, okay, it's 10 per day, 10 touches per day. That's going into your contact mapping app. That's $300 a month. So we're going to round that up after 6 months. That's a 2,000. You're going to convert on, if you convert on 10%, that's 200. Level ones. If you convert on 5%, that's your 100. And that's where you want to be. That was the secret sauce to when I ranked up, guys, to the jewel rank. I had 100 level ones. Now, I'm going to drop into the comments here. A buddy of mine, Adam Jones, funny guy. He did a presentation, guys, on the compensation plan. And what's great about Plex, we get paid 7 deep. So when I'm talking about that level 1, that's who I personally signed up. Okay, so when I went to that jewel rank, guys, I had about 100 people across my level 1 there. And off of that, guys, you get what's called 6 points. Okay, now to go to your first rank of the jewel is 1,500 points. So you can see, if you've got 100 across your first line, times 6, that's 600 points right off the hop. Okay, now we know in this industry, guys, okay, you can't be selfish. You got to pay your gifts forward. You got to pay your blessings forward. Why? Because 90% of what you earn each month comes from underneath your level 1. It comes from your level 2s to 7s. Okay, so you got to make sure that you're in a leadership role, guys, that you've got your retention programs in place, you've got your coaching platforms in place, and you got your duplication in place, which our team has all that. We're a self-contained, self-supporting team that has everything inclusive here, guys, for you to build, whether it's a plan B or whether it's a plan A, guys. All the systems are in place here. All the duplication is in place here, and it is completely seamless. And I humbly say this, guys, it took me 4 months to find the top coach in the world, and I get to work with him every single day with probably 40 to 50 of his coaches that come in. And I think we took off 3 days last year. That was it. You know, and the coaching is absolutely amazing. I mean, that coaching platform is only limited to 1,000 people worldwide, and there's 180 companies that are represented there, guys. And so, such a blessing to be able to mentor at that level. And I'll tell you right now, guys, you'll never find a successful person that doesn't mentor under anyone. You know, my coach, Eric Worre, top coach in the world in network marketing, guys, he's got a coach. You know, my spiritual father, one of the top guys in the world, you know, Prophet Lovey Elias, same thing. He's got 2 mentors that I know that he works with, but I mean, I know there's far more than that, but 2 that I can just think of right now. And I mean, that's the whole thing is that if you're coming onto a team, guys, and you're going to go all in, and you're going to submit to a team, submit to a leader, you make sure whoever you're submitting to, they've submitted to somebody, because the whole thing is the only way that you're going to be ranking up and growing here, guys, it does matter what team you're on. You got to make sure that that education curve is there all the way through, and that the people that you're learning from humble themselves to learn under somebody else. And I mean, and I say this humbly, that, you know, I work with 8 coaches right now, every single week. I crave, guys, education. I crave that coaching. I crave that high level mentorship. Why? Because I want to pay it forward to you. And if it took me what took me 4 months, it might only take you 2 months. I'll tell you, here's a story here. Transitions, guys, when I was jumping into reels, I mean, I was living at the time in Las Vegas on the 37th floor. And I'll tell you, it took me 4 hours to learn how to do transitions for the reels. I was getting ready to throw my Apple phone into the Wet Republic pool below. You know, how frustrating. Now I teach the reels. Guess how long it's taken everybody to figure out how to do transitions? 10 minutes tops. So, you know, I took the hit so that I can pay it forward to you. And that's what mentorship is all about, so that literally everything is accelerated so that you can elevate quickly. So you got to make sure that when you're coming into this industry, yes, it does matter who you're mentoring under, and make sure whoever you're mentoring under, you ask the questions, guys. Who are you guys learning from? Who are you being mentored by? Because this industry, I can tell you right now, every 3 to 6 months, guys, it changes just like that, just like the speed of light. Okay, and I mean, like, that's the blueprint, the formula here, guys, is you want to be looking at 100 level ones. Okay, nurturing what you got underneath, and the way you get to that, the 100 level ones on your team, guys, okay, is you Start out, it's 10 touches per day. If you get five encounters in person throughout the day, guys, then you got to go to your social media, right? Whether it's your LinkedIn, whether it's your Facebook, whether it's your Instagram, and literally that's where you got a relationship build. And I teach that. I teach you guys how to relationship build. I've got all that coaching, guys, in my brand new YouTube group. And guys, I'd highly recommend subscribing to that. That is Kingdom Coach Mike. And you know what, subscribe to it. I'm dropping bombs of teaching every single day in there, guys. If you got questions, guys, here, drop them down here. I know, you know what, that there and self there, I'm going to drop Adam Jones's video here too as well, explaining the compensation plan. It's such an easy formula, guys. The only way that you fail in network marketing is if you quit or you don't show up. And I'm looking for 2 qualities on my team. 2 qualities, people. Okay, 87% of all North Americans, 87% of all North Americans, guys, have a plan B now. Okay, and I coach having 3 to 5 different revenue streams. That's what I want everybody to have, to be diversified with their revenue streams. You know, and so if you've got these 2 qualities, if you're coachable, and here's a number 1 right here. Here's number 1 right here. And if you're hungry, guys, okay, private message me or drop a heart into the comments here and I'll reach out to you, and let's set up a gentle 15-minute phone conversation or Zoom, and let's see if this is a good fit for you coming into this situation here, and if you're ready to come into what it's the greatest industry in the world, everybody. It's the greatest industry in the world. I mean, you know, what we did in 4 months, you know, and now you're coming into a team that's got established systems in place here, guys, that craves education, guys. And literally, as the industry shifts, we shift and adapt with it too, and we pay those blessings forward to you guys. And you know what, reach out. If this is something that you're going, geez, you know what, this sounds like something that I'd like to do, reach out, private message me, guys. And you know what, I just dropped the bombs right there. There's your blueprint, guys. 10 touches a day. Make sure you've got your tools. Make sure you go into your help center, guys, there and order the brochures. Make sure you got your business cards and your samples. You get the write-off 25% of your samples, guys. And you know what? Use me. I'm here, guys. Use me, right? I'm here to serve each and every one of you guys. You got questions, I make myself accessible all the time to everybody. Just private message me, reach out to me, guys, and I'd love to be your coach. I'm Ken and Coach Mike, guys. Have a blessed rest of the evening.